Hello. If you're new to this channel, then I will share with you what this channel is. It was a music sharing channel I began when I was 14. Before, my videos were edited I didn't have any editing on this channel actually. It was mainly direct upload videos from MuseScore straight to this channel. It was an amateurish decision, a choice that I made in ignorance. I was a classical composer. I was meant to have refined content. So this video that I am making is a classical composer's Hail Mary. Last video made in that stream of consciousness style, that amateurish stream of consciousness style that I have so delicately perfected and mastered over the years. And to end off this era of amateurish stream of consciousness style, no editing videos, to officially wave off the incredulous, unrefined, and amateurish style that to shed this skin, this skin I've been wearing, and to become a true genius like the classical composer that I know I am making a goodbye video by showing you one last improvisation. I'm getting a bit teary-eyed. It's my last one. Oh, but no need to reflect any longer. No need to ruminate on the past when I was less genius. But now I must share with everyone my new piano that I've been meaning to share. And I'm sorry that you will no longer get a deep delve and look into my life, deep dive into my life, when I post my amateur stream of consciousness, thought-provoking videos that I've been doing, and I will now share my music with you. Now this is a new type of composing, where I kind of sit at the piano, and this is a thing I just discovered and developed. It's when you sit at the piano and you play, but you press the record button, but the difference here is that there is no camera watching me. That's right. There is no camera watching me when I hit the record button on here. So essentially I improvise a little better. But what I mean to say is that I am allowed to fully expand upon my ideas without anything holding me back. My genius can be fully expressed. So I would like to share my creation with you that I just made right now. This new type of classical genre that I've invented, I call it automatic composing. I hope you enjoy my composition, Reflections in the Water, which was actually improvised seriously, but just having a little fun with the intro. Okay, yeah, but I'm gonna shift to a more professional style of content after this video. I'm just posting this last one as like one last little amateur video to make, just kind of Yeah, but here, this is the last video I'm gonna make, which is amateurish and not edited. I'm gonna switch to a more professional, less personal style of video after this. Not on this channel, but editing will become a core part of my style after this. And this channel was basically my personal diary, musical diary. And now that I have this new piano, I can now record all my improvisation. I don't need to like record them and post them to this channel no more. Plus, like, that really didn't help. So this, I just feel like I did this a lot better. I call this Reflections in the Water. It wasn't made to sound pretentious. Some people are gonna think it sounds pretentious or something. I'm fine with that. It's okay. I made the joke. I made the joke already. I did the acting. I did the whole script, and oftentimes people get confused when that happens. But no, this is meant to be taken seriously. Not like in an emotional context, just like I wasn't doing this as a joke kind of thing. Like this wasn't made as like a over dramatic joke. Like, this is actually how I express myself with this music. I call it Reflections in the Water because, well, something happened to me. And things happen to people, you know? And I grew up. I grew up a little bit. I grew up past whatever I was before. And I don't know. I gave up, basically. And it was actually kind of relieving, because I was like, yeah. So that's what this automatic composition is. It's just a little thing that I wrote to process that I wrote. Oh my god. It's just a little thing that I improvised, that I automatically composed. It's something that I automatically composed to to process my feelings about some significant life changes that some stuff, weird stuff, I guess, to say. Weird stuff. Weird stuff? No, it wasn't weird. Just yeah. End of the improv. Here is it. Automatic composition number 1, Reflections in the Water. I guess after this I'm gonna edit the videos, but like I'm probably gonna cut. Okay, whatever. Okay. levels of the piece, you can really tell it was improvised. So I've been holding off on making this new piano introduction video for a while now because well, I needed to get it perfect, which was weird because like why would you worry about basically a video with no script, with no editing, with no nothing. I was worried about getting perfect because I wanted to improvise using this thing. To show off my new piano, because it's a Yamaha VGX 670 with the style playing. And I really like that. I thought I could literally figure out how to compose a whole piece, because I was playing around with style stuff. I figured out how to make a song on here, and I wanted to compose that piece and play it for the video, but just like, well, I don't know, this yeah, but I didn't want to do that. Like, sure, playing a piece would be cool. That would be really cool, really fun. That'd be awesome. But I just that was awesome. What I just did was awesome because of all the fifths and the new key changes. Anyways, I really wanted to do something perfect for this new piano introduction, even if nobody was gonna watch, because ultimately, at the end of the day, like this channel is just so that I have my own little history that I can look back on, and I want my history to look perfect, just like everybody else. Even if like you know, like I'm posting it to YouTube, that's certainly a thing. But yeah, that's why I put off making this video. Why am I officially giving a send-off to the amateur style? Why don't I just continue making this channel a video diary? Well, this channel is my personal channel still. This channel is my home. I began posting videos on this channel because whenever I shared with people my music in the real world, there was always a level of detachment between me and them. I don't know if it was self-imposed, like I was thinking that like, oh, nobody likes my music, nobody cares about it, which was true to an extent because, but I felt like as a composer, I was seen more as a commodity or some kind of like entertainment whenever I shared it with people. Like, oh my god, look at how young this kid is and they're composing music, it's so adorable. That's what I felt like I was being seen as. So I began this channel. I shared my music at first just because I wanted to, I don't know, get somebody talking about what I was doing with the music. But at some point, after high school, I couldn't share music with nobody anymore, so I kind of started posting to this channel more because everybody got too busy, and it's really hard in university, and you can't really make music in university. So. And also, even when I did share music with people, there was just something there. Like, I noticed it. There was a level of detachment and a level of detachment from my music that they all had. Even in university, my parents, my siblings, all my friends, I could share with them my music, I could share with them that all day, and they wouldn't connect to it. It doesn't matter how hard I try, they wouldn't connect to my music. They would see it as a novelty. That's what I believed. I don't know if it was true, but that's what I believed. So I like this channel because it was my home. It was the one place where I believed that my music wouldn't be seen as some kind of commodity or some kind of thing to be consumed or just to be gawked at. It was just a place where some kid was sharing their music. Now I'm not a kid no more. I'm an adult, full grown ass adult. So, like, it can't be a commodity anymore. And, well, I guess what I'm saying is like, why am I stopping this amateurish level of content? Well, done a lot of reflecting. I've done a lot of reflecting, and this letting everybody in isn't what I want. Like, sure, like a bunch of people can know me. I can become friends with people. I'm not saying I shouldn't become friends with people. I'm not saying I should close myself off. But when it comes to music, you have to, when it comes to being a professional, I've had a job, like a single job, but I have to stop acting like I want everybody to like get to know me personally through my music somehow. That's the fallacy. I thought that like through my music I could foster a personal connection. And because of that, it kind of came off as like cute. Like, oh, look at this adorable person. Like, same thing with my videos. But I'm not trying to appear like your friend. I'm not trying to appear like your family no more. I'm not trying to appear like that amateurish person who don't know nothing. Because I obviously can just pick up a book, read about video editing. I can obviously just start to do VFX and special effects. I can learn how to animate. I can learn how to draw. I already know how to animate, actually. I can do a lot of things. It's just that I kind of wanted my skills, my art, and my scientific skills to be a means of connecting with people. But I misunderstood what having professional skills, what having transferable skills is, what having like that is, and what I'm saying is like, I guess, like, I'm not gonna get connected with nobody through what I can give to them. I can only give them so much, but I can't connect to everybody in the world. I can't connect personally to every quantum physicist that talks to me. Similarly to how I cannot connect with Beethoven personally, because he's been dead for 200 years. I don't know Beethoven, but I wish I did. No, I don't. I don't fucking wish I knew Beethoven. I don't know nothing about him, and he sounds weird. Like, it was that difference between, like, I didn't know like how to separate what I could do from my self-worth, basically. And this channel was the one place where those two things were interconnected, because YouTube, right? This was personal YouTube. That's what everybody misses about YouTube, right? It's that you got a personal connection with the creators because they were barely trying, and the amateurishness made it more cute. But I don't want to do that no more. I do want to have an audience that I connect with. I do want to have people that I agree with, but I also have to see myself as a professional. Not like a professional YouTuber, but when I'm posting on the internet, when I'm sharing my art, the first mistake I made was seeing myself as like a person when it comes to art. And you are a person, you're sharing your own personal values and everything, but at the end of the day, when you share your art to the public, it's really hard to just be like, oh, that's not mine no more. That's not mine. It's not me. Like, the people could analyze the art all they want. People could analyze my art all they want. But at the end of the day, it's how they connect to my art, which is, I wanted people to analyze my music. I wanted people to tell me the cool chord progressions I was using, all the awesome ideas I had. I know all the awesome ideas I had. I wanted them to see it. I know that I had a Wagner chord. I know that I did an omnibus progression somewhere in there and I failed. I know that I was doing all those fifths. I know I had a bunch of passing notes. I know the structure of my improvisation too. I'm very good at keeping track of whatever I'm doing for some goddamn reason. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. It's because I'm the only person who would be like, oh, wow, I like that thing you're doing. Because nobody else would tell me that. But, like, now I'm like, you know what? If they don't connect to that idea, they don't connect to it. They didn't hear it. I'm a professional. Those ideas are my ideas. But when someone else is listening to my music, relative to them, the music is something else. It's their music now. I know that I made the music. I know that people will say that I made the music. I know that people will say that I made the art, that I wrote the physics, that I did the math problem. But at the end of the day, this is a means of human connection, and the only way art is a means of human connection, and science is a means of human discovery. And you can't be a selfish scientist and be the only person who's discovering all the great ideas like I want it to be. I didn't want to be a super genius. I just really wanted to talk to people about complex, complicated, interesting, fun topics and to basically solve math problems with people. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a bunch of friends to solve math problems with. That sounded fun. Complicated math problems too, because then you could talk about it for longer, right? The more complicated it is, the longer you talk about it. I would love to do that. And with music, I wanted to connect with people through my music. I wanted to sit down at the piano and play something beautiful and then be like, I wanted to be that. I wanted to be that musician. The one that everybody starts crying when they listen to, because they just relate to them and they just love them so much. They're like, oh. But the thing that I mistook was that no one's crying at you because of you. No one cares about you. Like, even if they say they love you, it's just because of what you make them feel that they love. And I thought that was bad before. I couldn't deal with it. I literally like I didn't understand it. Like, on an intuitive level, I didn't understand it. And yes, I also have to admit there is like if you think of Whitney Houston, right? Like, everybody cries about her because everybody thinks that she was a good person. So there is a level of like, oh, it's Whitney, that's why we love her, because you know about Whitney. She seems so sweet and nice. And I truly do wish that I could say that idea of everybody loving me for me, like how they love Whitney for Whitney, changed me, but it didn't. It just made me actually more self-conscious and hate myself. But the reason people love Whitney for Whitney is because she represents an idea. Whitney Houston is a crazy, complicated human being that people simplify. That's what they're going to do to you. That's what I realized they're going to do to you. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. And it just made me more self-conscious. I'm like, how do I let everybody in? But no. Even if this channel is my personal diary, somebody else can come across it. And once somebody else comes across it, they'll see exactly what's in the video. They won't see the reason I made the music, so it's possible that they might make fun of it. They might make fun of my long rant. They might hate me. They're just having a bad day. Or they might not hate me. They might love my music and sure, blame it on me or something, but maybe it's because it spoke to something deep down inside of them that they didn't know. And I can't speak to everybody. I cannot. I can't dazzle everyone. I can't fix anybody. I can't make anyone love me. I can't do nothing. I'm powerless to the whims of other people, that's fine. I understand that. What I didn't understand was just how, even within things that I thought were within my control, like music, like math, like physics, like animation. Even though I literally made it, I literally made it. I put all the effort in. I could literally spend years making one thing, making it look good and making it look professional and smooth. But then I realized people are probably gonna think, even though it took me 3 years, they're gonna think that they're gonna simplify my thought process, is what I'm saying, right? Think about it. Disney movies take years to make. But when you watch the movie, you only watch 2 hours of it. You cannot possibly understand, unless you're an animator yourself, how long it took those Disney animators, what decisions they were doing. And if you're a composer, you understand, when you listen to a symphony by Beethoven, you're like, oh, until you compose your own symphony, you're like, wow, this is such a beautiful symphony. Wow, Beethoven's such a genius. But deep down, beyond that genius idea, maybe not other people, but what I was thinking was Wow. He must have just sat down and just wrote it all down. Just like wrote it all down like that. And even later on, when I learned how hard composing was, I was thinking, oh, it was just simple, right? Like, yeah, it was just simple. Like, I could study a Beethoven symphony and get everything he was talking about. There's a finite amount of choices. Like, no, there's an infinite amount of interpretations. Yes, there's a finite amount of choices. But when you go in there, look at the choices he made, there's a practically infinite number of permutations and possibilities that he could have made, infinite choices he could have made. And you don't know any of those choices. And you don't... The human brain's a complicated thing. Even my improvisation just now, you know, I might not have even caught everything that I did. Other people might know. I might have missed something in the form. I don't know. And I'm the composer, but I knew exactly what I was thinking. I didn't know why, though. I can go back and interpret it. I mean, I could actually tell like a story about it, but that won't solve anything. So that's why this video was a send-off to my amateur style, because that's the shtick I've been wanting to live by. The amateur, but not the amateur. The person you know who's surprisingly good at multiple things. And I thought that being surprisingly good at multiple things would have people respect me, but because it's a lot of multiple things, people don't inherently respect you for knowing a lot of things. In fact, they more see it as like a reflection of maybe what they could do, or a reflection of what they couldn't do. They don't actually see you, the person who's actually struggling to learn physics and math and just obsessively plays music all the time, not because they love music so much or they're so good at music. I only got good at music because it was the only thing I had to connect with my own self. That's ultimately what this channel was at the end of the day. Like, that's not what this channel was, but my personal improvisations, I have improvised thousands of times. And each time was a desperate call out into the void. Because nobody could record it. If somebody did record it, then the intentions change. The meaning of the composition changes. I can't even improvise the same way I just improvised there, because the feeling changes. And that changes the structure, the form, the art, the melody. All of a sudden, I can't be virtuosic because I start getting in my own head. I'm like, oh, I don't actually know how to do any of the virtuosic Franz Liszt stuff. So if I try to do that in my composition, somebody's watching, and I feel like I'm tryharding. I might be tryharding. Who cares though? That's what I have to. That's the same exact process I go through every time I record an improvisation. But when I recorded it on this piano, I was like, damn, I can actually like see myself. Like, there's no camera on me. There's no self-consciousness. I'm literally just trying to think about music. I'm just trying to think about music. Like, that's just me thinking about music. And that's kind of but what would happen is that I would improvise by myself, because with the camera it fucks it up. I would improvise all by myself, and every single time I was like, God, these ideas are so cool, I just wish people could hear them. Well, this sure, it was an improvisation, but I'll be honest with you, like, I'm only sharing this to show off my new piano. I won't show you any more of these improvisations. There are actually a lot of improvisations on here. Well, not a lot of improvisations, but a lot of like quick melody notes. There's at least 2 to 3 pages of like melodies, harmonies, motifs and stuff, and ideas that I have recorded on here. But this is the only one I'm going to share to the world, because I have an excuse for this video. It's the video where I show off my new piano. But after this, there's no more improvisations from me, because I don't like my improvisations are recorded here, and the only reason I recorded the improvisations in the first place was just so that I could remember the melody. That sounds like Ravel, but that melody, I remember I actually came up with this. I came up with that while I was improvising yesterday, and I just expanded upon that idea. That's That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. I was expanding upon an idea. Hold on, let me match my own. My energy was a little bit higher than that. Okay, I have to stop it in the middle of that phrase so I can get excited for what's coming next. I'm like, oh, what's coming next? Oh my god! Yeah! Anyways, yeah, so this... Why am I still going on this rant? I don't... It's easy to forget when you get into it. This channel was at... my improvisations, these are actually for me. When I was calling out to the void, I wasn't calling out to no void. I was trying to call out to myself. I was like, me! Can me hear me? But I couldn't remember the melodies that I was improvising because I wouldn't write them down, and I would start writing them down. There's some really interesting stuff in here, actually, and I wish I could share this with people, but I don't have any composer friends. But also, whenever you share your compositions or your ideas, you want to discuss ideas with people, it's almost like because it's your art, they don't want to, like, talk with you about it, which that makes sense. It's up to me to develop all these things. Like, I get it. But what I meant to say is that I was calling out to me when I was doing these personal improvisations, and this improv was me calling out to me. It wasn't really me making a video of me improvising. It was me making a video of a moment in time that was previously unable to be recorded. That's all this was. A moment in time that was previously unrecorded, and I thought it was fascinating. That's why I shared the music. It's an interesting look into how I communicate with myself, and also it's some pretty good music. It's not the best music. I don't like it. I don't happen to particularly like it that much because that's how I usually improvise. But I connected to the music that I improvised. I connected to it. And that feels impossible when I'm sitting with people in front of me. I just can't connect to my music. It's weird, but it's fine. That's okay. But, like, you know, as a composer, like, this is nice. That scale is nice. I don't know what's nice about what the hell I was just talking about, but it's nice, I guess. But yeah, no, those personal improvisations that I would do for myself were just more meaningful to me than anything I've ever recorded on this channel. And I realized that these personal improvisations, this wasn't the way in which I realized it, but an analogy that I can make right now to my realization is through the lens of these improvisations. I get along better with myself when I have time to do things, and I don't need someone else to connect with me. I'll just connect with my own self. And what I'm saying is, like, I would love to do this amateurish video style editing, video recording, first take stuff forever if I could. But I am not Chris Parnell recording his voice lines in Rick and Morty. I am the Rosa Leilani Kamialoha. That's what I'm going to be known as on YouTube. I hope. Maybe not. Probably not. But I no longer want to put expectations on me in the moment. I want to have long form expectations, goals. I like to have projects. I don't like to do things on the fly. I mean, I can make up music right now, but whenever I make a spontaneous decision, I don't want nobody else knowing about my damn spontaneous decisions. Like, sometimes I get a little bit goofy. Sometimes I get tryhards. These are all things that I make spontaneously, and no one else is allowed to see them. Only me. I don't want nobody else seeing that I can be tryhard and fail at being tryhard. That's for me to see and to laugh about, not nobody else. That's just the way that I've been going about like my life. I'm like, yeah, like sure, but I don't want anybody else seeing that like if I'm gonna perform in front of people, it needs to be good. I'm so sorry. Like I'm sorry if I'm sorry if people want like a composer who just is so amateur and bad, but they're trying so hard. I'm not that composer for you. I'm so sorry. After this video, that's not happening no more. You're not gonna see that side of me anymore. You're not gonna see the mistakes. I don't want you to see the mistakes. That's what I should have been doing for so long. I should have been hiding the mistakes. Because I want my ability to seem like magic. Not that I think that I'm better, but I just want it to seem like magic. In a way that is unreachable for the average person. Because ultimately, that's like a lot better for me. It's not because nobody, an element of it is like, oh, at least now the criticisms of my performance will be from other people who actually understand the craft and not from a bunch of laymen who don't actually know what they're talking about. Because that was a frustrating thing. Like, if you really open yourself up this much to where you're showing all your mistakes and you're showing all of your practice, you know, if I showed you every mistake and every composition I made, the magic is gone and suddenly you think you know me, but you don't. Like, those mistakes I made, the average person couldn't even conceive of the mistakes I'm making. I can't, like, the average person who doesn't play piano, do they even know what an arpeggio is? Like, I'm starting to question, like, do they even know what an arpeggio is? They probably think that's impressive, but I think what I just played was bad. My handwork wasn't very good. Whatever the fuck I'm doing, I just don't think it sounds professional. I want to hold myself up to the standards of professionals, and the only way to do that is for me to hide all the magic from everybody, to hide all the mistakes from everybody, except the professionals, because the professionals are the only people who can look at what you're doing and actually help you improve. But I've been looking for everybody. Okay. This is now getting off topic. Ah, yes, so impressive. This is just straight garbage. But yeah, I need to hide those. What I just did just now, all the other things I did where I just improvised in front of you, I need to hide all that from people who I don't know. Because nobody... I don't want anybody seeing that. I don't want my friends seeing that. I don't want an audience seeing that. I don't want anyone else seeing it. I don't want you seeing it. I don't want my mom seeing it. I don't want my dad seeing it. I don't want my friends seeing me make those mistakes. And the only way I can solve the issue of, how do I make myself appear as more professional? How do I make the magic? The only way I can make the magic is by cutting out all the ugly. So from now on, I'm gonna script all my videos. From now on, I'm gonna edit all my videos. From now on, I'm gonna learn the compositions that I write. From now on, I'm gonna I'm going to go out of my way to like learn animation and post it to a different channel because I don't want nobody. I don't like. I'm gonna learn animation and post it to a channel. I'm gonna finish projects and post them online. I'm never gonna ever post half of a project. Never ever. I'm gonna record YouTube videos. I'm gonna record gaming videos, not because I like game. Well, I actually love gaming. I love performing, but I'm gonna edit out all the awkward bits. I'm gonna make the jump cuts. I'm gonna do all the cuts. I'm gonna do the zoom ins and everything. You know, I'm gonna edit it like cool editing stuff. Do cool editing stuff. Have a little performance. I love it. I love it all. That's what I've decided I'm gonna do. Instead of having half of an idea and posting half of an idea like I just did just now with that improvisation was half of an idea. Instead of having half of an idea, instead of just going in, just seeing what happens, I'm gonna know what happens. That's the change that I'm coming into this with. YouTube specifically. Because I felt more comfortable scripting all my videos, editing all my videos, making it a whole entire project. I just feel more comfortable like that. Even if I don't finish it. You know? So that's what I'm approaching YouTube as now. A place where I can share all my projects, not a video diary anymore. Because diaries are for me now. I don't know why I was looking for everybody to hear my diary, but you know, like, I'm awesome. I don't know, like, well, when I share a video diary online, I'm just like, wow, I'm so fucking cool. Like, look at me, I'm so awesome. Like, that's what I feel when I post a video diary. That's what I feel when I'm writing a diary. But when I post stuff online, then it doesn't become a diary anymore. It becomes like, oh God, am I awesome kind of thing? Because you know, you can't be like that. You can't be going around having that self-confidence and then having I don't know what the hell I was doing with that melody. If I recorded it though on the piano, I could have actually done something with the melody, but there's a video here and I'm rushed because people are looking at me and and you have time to do things. You have time and you're giving it to me. I have time and I'm giving it to you and I just don't want to take your time up. So yeah, that's why I'm rushing. Cause I can't develop an entire melody for you. That shit takes like a few hours. If you want to, like, why would I don't need nobody see me doing that. It's like a huge waste of time. And even if I was doing that, I couldn't develop the melody the same way that I'm doing it. Like, I basically could only do like, oh my god, I basically could only do like, you know, like, I love doing random stuff. I love doing random stuff. But like, to be honest, when I record these videos, it's just somebody. It's like I'm getting bothered by a stranger that I'm not even seeing. That's why I can't do this no more. Which is the long and short of it. I love these videos. I love posting my video diaries. I love talking. I love doing all those things. Sorry. It's just, I'm itchy. But this is a performance. This whole thing is a performance. Whenever I'm in front of people, it's a performance. And I like to have a scripted performance. I like to have a fun performance, a dramatic one. I like to have a cool one that says stuff about society or whatever. But I can't do that if I'm sitting here just being like, and I also can't evaluate how pretentious it is. I can't evaluate whether or not I'm taking my own message serious. I can't do any of that just on the fly. I mean, I can technically, but like, look how am I gonna. Here's a sonata that says something about society. Already messed up. already there immediately, I'm like, oh my god, that doesn't match what I'm doing. But if I had, if I was recording it on this piano, then I could just look at this and be like, no, I don't like that. That's not really what I'm going for. I actually really like this idea. It reminds me of Rachmaninoff's Prelude in C# minor. That's why. This opening note actually comes from the opening of the Prelude. I don't remember the Prelude. Something like that. Yeah. Nope. But that's, yeah, I like that. You know, and then if you could keep going with the idea. If I was gonna do this, that sounds kind of like what it's going for. But I'm sure there are people who can do that. They can like improvise. I'm just not that good at piano. I'm not that good at piano. I can't improvise stuff like that. I don't have all the techniques. I don't have any of that memorized or written down. I'd have to like write it down, figure out what I'm actually going. But yes, so what I'm saying is this is a performance for me. It always has been a performance of like me. It starts out as me trying to do a good faith effort of sharing myself, but because there's a camera on me, I'm like, oh no, this is supposed to be cool. I mean, like, if I wanted to make it personal, I guess I could start doing my composing process, but the purpose of this channel was never for me to share my composing process, because that takes up too much damn video space. Like, what if I don't have enough space for that? No, the purpose of this channel was for me to rant, and the purpose of this video was for me to rant, and the purpose of this was to be, like, an artist, but you know, I gave up on that because this video and every other video, I realized that this technique that I'm doing is for personal stuff. This is for sharing your thoughts and opinions. I love sharing my thoughts and opinions in the form of an essay. I don't like sharing my thoughts and opinions in the form of stream of consciousness, off the dome, I haven't thought about my opinions that much kind of way. It's just unstructured. It's like, oh, I like form. I love form. I love form so much. I think about it all the time. A section, B section, A section, thesis, statement, supporting your thesis, end thesis. I was better at English than I was at math, and I was better at music than I was at English. I love the form of stuff, and also I love math too. So form is like a big thing for me. You know, ooh. That's actually really pretty, I wonder. But if you start in C# I really wish I didn't have a camera on me right now, because if I did, because I know I do, I just want to forget. This is the issue with having a camera on you. Like, I want to do my music shit, but there's this fucking camera on me, and the thing that bothers me is two things. People can watch this, and it takes up my damn fucking recording space on my PC, on my laptop. Showing off there, I guess, and it wasn't very good. So, but besides that, that's why this video is a send-off. I'll have to have all my sheet music written down, because I could start off with something really cool, but then, but people are watching me and they think I'm cool. It's just like a whole thing. It's like, oh my god, I wish I could go throughout life without being bothered with what people think of me. But even the mere thought of somebody looking at me playing the piano just changes everything. So, yeah, I am officially separating the two worlds. No more of that. No more, because I really got in the flow there. But then I was like, oh my god, people are watching me and I'm actually doing pretty good. Now I'm gonna try harder. And then I was like, no, I don't like that. I don't want to try harder because people are watching me. So, yeah. Ooh! Wait. Oh my god. Sorry, that sounded like a cool idea. All those ideas are now disappearing, by the way. Everything I just played for you, that's all gone now, forever and ever. I will never ever remember those ideas for as long as I live, because there's a billion other ideas I could come up with. There's no use remembering something that I already played. So much cool stuff I could have done. But yeah, so I'm done. Yeah, goodbye. Last amateur video I'm ever doing. But I guess I'm so used to doing these videos where I like have like a conclusion, and I know the general format of a talk. I didn't write anything down, but I know the general format of a talk, and I know that the ending really matters. So I'll conclude this with an ending remark. Booga booga oogaloo, chiganaka googaloo, and there were fewer. Then my mom died, and everybody was okay. But at the end of the day, you and I both eat chewy Quaker Oats bars, and the Proline piano pedal that I have is really good for music. So in conclusion, there's an old photo of me on the wall that I took that is me, except I'm wearing in a 1920s outfit from like the workers who would like, you know, because my parents love seeing me as a little coal child, a little worker boy in the factories, putting my hands in the coal mines and getting it ripped off because of the Industrial Revolution. So that's, yeah. I hope the video didn't freeze. I could disrespect you right now and set up an entire thing where I'm gonna send you off as if I'm ending the thesis. But don't forget, in conclusion, the beginning and the end of a story matters. Take the wisdom from me, because I am literally Socrates. That's a quote from Socrates. So don't forget, eat your loved ones. Have a day where you crash your car. And most importantly, family is beans.